I think everyone wants to have an extraordinary life. We want to be the best that we can be. You know, sometimes I think about it. What's going to light my fire? What's going to motivate me to change and lead a better life? You know, it's really hard to change who I am, and maybe I probably don't have to. Maybe all I have to do is break some habits that are keeping me from living a full life. That's a lot easier. Hello, this is Sandra Hart at Life Over 60. Thank you so much for coming today and joining me on my YouTube adventure. Today I want to talk about how I feel getting older. The older I get, I know that I really want to feel like that I am living the best life ever. I want to feel when I look back that I really have done the best and I have had an extraordinary life. And what does that mean? Does that mean that I have to change who I am? No, I don't think so. It doesn't mean I have to change. But I have to look back and see what patterns maybe that I have developed through my lifetime that are keeping me from having a fulfilled life. Am I guilty of procrastination? Do I worry a lot? Am I always thinking about way ahead and I'm not in the moment? Am I disorganized? Do I have things all over the place? Can I not schedule my day maybe to get everything done that I want to get done? These are all things that I can change. I can't change who I am basically, and maybe, as I said, I don't have to. But I certainly can change some habits that are keeping me from leading a fulfilling life. And so can you. You know, I want to raise the standard of who I can ultimately be. And it's never too late. I want to feel that I am living the best life ever. And the first thing I have to do, and that you would have to do, is self-awareness. Just take a look at yourself and take stock of perhaps things that you are doing in your life that are holding you back. Things that you are doing that are keeping you from really doing everything that you want to do in your life. We have all of these aspects in our life that maybe that we really are not aware of. Not only disorganization, procrastination, but maybe jealousy. Maybe you have control issues. And I know that's one thing I really have to work on because I've had to be strong and independent all of my life. And sometimes I feel that it's very hard for me to let go of that impulse that I have to control everything around me and to be sure that everything that I'm doing and everything around me, I have control over. But that's impossible, absolutely impossible. None of us can have control over everything. So I have to make my choices and I have to let go of those things. And I've mentioned this before in other videos. I have to let go of those things that I have absolutely no control over. I don't ever want to get to a place that I don't want to be. I want to be the best person I can be for myself, my family, my friends, and everyone around me. That's why I have to self-evaluate and really think about my life and think about the things that I'm accomplishing or think about how I live my life every day. All lasting changes happen when you want it and you're ready to do it. We have been taught by our past that we are limited. We are not. But if we allow our mind to take over our hearts and what we want to do, then we'll be stuck. We'll be stopped in our tracks. We never should buy into the fact that things can't change and that we can't change. When you are comfortable with yourself, then you can be comfortable with other people. I've often listened to Tony Robbins, and he said that, what is it going to take me to be fulfilled? Now, we're all different, so we all can be fulfilled by different things. What is it, and just think about this, what is it that you want in your life that would make you happy and fulfilled? It's going to be different for everyone. But just what is it that you think that you are lacking in your life? What is it that you're not doing that is holding you back and keeping you from living the best life ever? Only you know that answer. But you need to have a lot of self-analyzing, self-introspection to be able to find that answer for yourself. And as I said, it's going to be different for each and every one of us. My answer is going to be different from yours. But what is it going to take you to lead that fulfilling life? I know for me, it's really giving up control. That is my biggest issue. I really have to start trying to work out everyone's problems, trying to control the happiness of my children. I just can't do it. I am so used to being a mother. I'm so used to being a single parent for so long that even though my children are grown up, I still feel that I have to be responsible for whatever problems that they have in their lives. And sometimes they do lean on me and are expecting me to do that. But it's up to me to say, you know what? I have no control over your life. I have no control over your decisions and the results of those decisions. So I have to let go. And by letting go, I'm actually freeing myself up from extra burdens and freeing myself up to start moving forward to lead a better life. But each of us have to ask those own questions of ourselves. What is holding me back? What changes do I have to make in my life so that I can really lead a fulfilled and happy life? And in the chapter that we are in, we really don't have that much time to be making great big mistakes and to be making decisions that are going to set us back. So these are really things that we have to think about. And I really think it's important because each and every one of us, we all have a history. We have a history of ups and downs, of happiness and sorrow, of events in our lives that have been traumatic, events in our lives that have been so joyful we are just jumping out of our skin with happiness. That's what life is. It's full of hills and valleys. But it's up to us to change things if our lives are not going right. It's up to us to break bad habits, to tear down those barriers that are keeping us from doing what we really want to do in life. I can't emphasize that more, that it really is important at this time in our lives that we can take control of our lives, look at ourselves, look at our bad habits, say that enough is enough, I'm going to get rid of this, I don't want to be this way anymore. And you can do it. You actually can do it. It's a day-by-day process. But the more you practice if you're disorganized, the more you practice getting organized every day, Even if it's 5 minutes of organizing your desk or your house or putting the dishes away. And tomorrow, that 5 minutes will be 10 minutes and 15 minutes. And pretty soon, you will find yourself getting organized just through breaking bad habits. You know, we live in 2 states. We live in the state of happiness and fulfillment, or else we live in a state of suffering. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like that second state. I don't want to go around suffering all of the time. And suffering actually is associated with fear. We can have so many human frustrations, can't we? Fear, anger, feeling overwhelmed, feeling helpless, feeling life is out of control. These are all fears that do stop us from leading a fulfilling life. And because they are habits that we have accumulated throughout the years, and it's dug so deeply into our psyches that we can't let go of them. But you can, because you are in control. You're in control of your mind, you're in control of your heart, and you are in control of what you want to do with your life. So you are the master of your life. Nobody else can make these changes except you. But the number one thing is you really have to want to change. If you are so tired of living in fear and suffering, then you have to turn your energy around. You have to turn that habit of being fearful of so many things. You have to try to turn that around and see one little speck of positivity in that situation. And that speck, every day, if you keep that mindset, will grow bigger and bigger and bigger until it completely erases the fear and completely lets you look at whatever problems you have in a different light. It will no longer be suffering, but it will be moving forward in acceptance and changing your mindset and your attitude about whatever is bothering you. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself, and I've said that 1,000 times, but I know it because I have practiced it. I have been places that I never ever wanted to be in my life, and you all know that if you've watched me. But I wanted to change it. I wanted to change my habit of maybe being in control of everything. I wanted to change my habit of woe is me, suffering, poor me, why did this happen to me? We can all mire into that puddle, but it's not a place you want to be, and it's a place that you don't have to be. If you think about how you can get out of it, and if you make positive steps to set yourself going forward. And I think the last thing that I am going to leave you with is that if you don't give problems your energy, they can't live. Just like anything else, it needs food, it needs sustenance, it needs fuel. But if you don't give those problems and your suffering energy, they cannot live. No matter what your circumstances are, if you're financially strained, if you're caring for an ill spouse or child, if you have lost a partner, whatever suffering you are going through, you have to just put it in a balloon, all those worries, all those feelings of fear and suffering, and just release the string and let it go up in the air. Just release it. Release it from your mind, from your soul, and you have to move forward with the knowledge that you're not alone and that you have the power within yourself to change your life. Living in fear is awful. It's not healthy and it's not good. And right now, when you're listening to this video, you can let go of it and lead a better and healthier life. If I can do it, you can too. Always remember that if you are in a calm and positive state, all of your problems can be thought through and worked out a lot easier. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And with this message, I hope you will be kind to yourself and think about the habits that you have taken on throughout your life that are destructive to your happiness and to the fulfillment of a life you really want to live. I want you to think about that, and I want you to be calm and quiet and think within your soul of what you can do to change your life, to change your attitude about the stress in your life and the problems and the fears that you're facing. And if you look at your life in a calm state, you will be able to come up with answers that are right for you. And believe me, I'm not just preaching from something that I don't know. I know all of this because I have lived it myself. So I feel I can share what I've lived through and share how I've tried to change with you, because I am a person who has done it. But I'm not the only one. I'm sure that there are so many of you out there who have worked through habits, bad habits, anxiety, depression, disorganization, jealousy, whatever. There's so many people out there. And would you do me a favor, honestly? Would you, if you have had these problems and if you have been able to work through them, please share them in the comments below, because your sharing not only releases your own knowledge and your own path, but it helps others who may be reading the comments. And I read them, and it helps me too. Believe it or not, it helps me think through and maybe change my mind on certain things. But I know it really, really is important. So, as I said before, be kind to yourself. Be good to someone else. Think about your life. Share the love. And I hope to see you soon in my next video. And really, have a great, great day today.